So we all know that change is going to happen. Change has to be expected, but you have to make sure that you are nurturing change in order to get the most benefit out of it. So I think about my beautiful wife as she is going to the store to pick up a plethora of flowers to plant in her yard and around the pool area and all the flower pots. And while we're at the yard, these flowers are all beautiful and blooming and they just look so glorious. And as we kind of try to introduce change into these flowers and we bring them in and we move them out of their current environment of being at the store and being watered and nurtured every day and being in the right environment and the perfect size pot and all the wonderful soil, and we change that environment and we move it into new soil, bigger pots. We try to give it growth and to encourage it to flourish and produce beautiful flowers. This changing environment shocks the system of these flowers. The changing environment shocks the system of the flowers. Now we have to make sure that we are properly nurturing these flowers in order to make them flourish in their new environment. And I use this analogy the same way as we continue to grow our business, as we continue to scale our business. These are changes. And as we move individuals and leaders into new positions, we have to continuously adapt their environment. We have to make them aware and constant and aware of these changes so they can grow and flourish in their new environment. Change is difficult, and it takes that constant work and that constant dedication to make sure that those flowers and those team members and the company is flourishing and growing in the new environment. Now, what does it take to nourish? With flowers, it takes nutrients, it takes water, and it takes sunlight. That's what it takes to nourish it. Now, what does it take to nourish a changing team? As you scale and as you grow and add more tasks onto the list and then add more leadership underneath them, what does it take to change that? It takes dedication. It takes consistency. It takes great communication. And most importantly, it takes accountability. We need to make sure as we scale and as we grow and as we continue to change, we are giving the tools and the nourishment and the resources that these team members need in order to flourish, to grow, to provide a wonderful environment for their families, to provide something for themselves. But most importantly, it warms up their inside. It makes their heart big. It makes them want to be better. Continuously changing is always going to happen. It's how you nourish that change and how you grow that change is going to allow that flower to bloom. It's going to allow that team member to bloom and to flourish and to be wonderful. Or it can do the exact opposite. If you forget to water it, if you forget to fertilize it, if you forget to educate it and give it all the tools and resources that it needs, that flower is going to die. That team member is going to wash out. They're going to feel overwhelmed. They're going to feel like they're not capable of doing the things that it requires to change. It takes great communication. It takes the accountability, and you have to have the drive and the passion to want to change. You have to have the drive and the passion and the accountability to foster change, to grow change, and to experience life to its fullest. So think about the flowers. Think about the changing environment of the flowers as you look at your business or your family or your community or your relationships. Any of these things are going to require nurturing. It's going to require water. It's going to require work, and it's going to require consistency. So think about that as you're working through your day. Think about ways you want to change and what kind of nourishment you're going to provide in your life in order to make your flowers grow. Have a good day.